Hey everybody, Mr. Lawrence here. Talk about Romeo and Juliet, Act 2, Scene 5. And I hope you don't get mad, but this is one of my favorite scenes. Actually, I think the whole play is one of my favorite plays, so every scene seems to be getting better and better. In this scene, Juliet is anxiously awaiting the return of the nurse to find out what went down at the church. Romeo was supposed to set up things for the wedding with the friar, and then he was going to make arrangements with the nurse and let Juliet know the news. And Juliet is now very impatiently waiting for the nurse to return to the Capulet mansion. So Romeo did his part, and the nurse did her part, and now the nurse is returning. And the scene starts out with Juliet all by herself. It's a monologue. She's by herself, and she is just talking about, well, I guess technically it's a soliloquy there. She is talking about how just anxious she is and how she can't wait for the nurse to return, and how sometimes in life, like pivotal things happen, and the journey shouldn't have taken so long because it's, just across town. Why is the nurse taking so long? Oh my goodness, did something go wrong? Oh no, oh no. She's just really fretting about things. Finally, the nurse does arrive, and Juliet just starts peppering her with questions. So what did he say? What are the arrangements? What's going to happen? And the nurse is like, "Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I need to lay down. I need to rest." And Juliet is beyond impatient. She is really upset with the nurse for this. And the nurse finally is like, "Why are you acting like this, Juliet?" The nurse is teasing her. The nurse has enough of a personality that she knows Juliet just is anxious, and so she's kind of teasing her a little bit. But Juliet takes it the wrong way and thinks that the nurse is like being mean. So Juliet finally gets to hear the news from the nurse of what Romeo did arrange, and that is that later that day they are to be married. And honestly, that's pretty much the scene. The nurse says, "Hey, Juliet, you need to go to the church for shrift." Shrift, again, I told you, is like confession or repentance. And so the nurse says, "Hey, Juliet, do you have time to go to shrift today?" And Juliet says, "Well, why?" And the nurse says, "Because you're going to get married." And that's pretty much the plan. That's scene 5 from Act 2. And I hope you're enjoying it. We're going to keep this nice and short. So have a great day.